Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. I know we're starting the year off in a very odd way. It feels like the world is in complete and utter chaos, but I hope you guys are keeping well and safe as much as you can and taking care of yourselves. I'm really excited to be filming again. It feels like ages since I've spoken to you guys, so I'm really glad to be back. Today I'm going to be touring this sketchbook for you. I've been working in the sketchbook between January 2020 and I've just finished it yesterday in January 2021, so it's actually taken me a year to finish the sketchbook. I don't really know why it's taken me so long, and it's not exactly a large sketchbook either, but there you go, it's been a busy weird year, so being kind to myself. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy having a little flick through with me. So this sketchbook, as I mentioned, is an A5 sketchbook. It's from Oh Dear. Oh Dear is a UK stationery brand and they sell a real range of goods. They're so gorgeous, like I really recommend checking them out. The paper quality isn't amazing, it's just meant to be used for sketching, I think with pencil, just with graphite pencil, but I've used it for a variety of different mediums. I've just kind of used it for whatever I felt like. Generally speaking, I really like this sketchbook. I'd say the paper's probably no thicker than just like standard print paper. Generally speaking, it's a good sketchbook. It's really handy for taking around with you on the go. I'm not really precious about sketchbooks. I don't really care about like the pages buckling or anything because I just use them for practice anyway. So for me, it's been fine. And if you're of a similar mind to that, then I think you'd be fine as well. If you like your sketchbooks to be more suitable for mixed media, I probably wouldn't recommend this sketchbook, but on the whole it's really nice, and I also really like the cover as well. So it just says sketch in copper foiling. So yeah, let's get into it. So this first page, I was sketching in the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford with a friend, so this was just a quick pencil sketch of one of the paintings in the David and Margita Weller Gallery, and then this is one of the statues in there. This was before lockdown, so I was thoroughly enjoying getting out and about with friends and exploring the city. Little was I to know what the state of the world was going to be in like a month's time. This page, I was really experimenting with some of these cat characters that I've been working on. For anyone that is watching this video and doesn't know, I actually do quite a lot of work with clay, and I make little sculptures that I sell. I do custom sculptures for customers and clients, and also just to sell on my Etsy shop as well. But I really wanted to like experiment with different colour combinations and patterns that could go on these clay cats. So I thought that I would paint some, which was really fun. I'm definitely going to go forward with this way of working in the future when designing clay products. It feels more intentional than just sculpting something and then winging it. Like having a design is always really good. Yeah, I thought this was a really cute page, and it was like a really good excuse to play around with different medium textures as well. I like the mix of this brushstrokey texture with this cat. I think it's kind of cute. So yeah, this was all done in acrylic paints and coloured pencils, I should say. This next spread was also done at the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford. Again, this was pre-COVID, pre-lockdown, and I was really enjoying getting out and about and drawing things from life. I think this was in the room with all the Greek vases. I think there might have been Egyptian ceramics and things in there as well. I think these were Greek. I just really wanted this sketchbook to be very experimental, like despite the thin pages, I just wanted it to be a safe place for me to explore different mediums and different combinations of mediums. So this was coloured pencil and this was acrylic and collage. I really wanted this to be like quite an experimental spread, so I kind of like how this turned out. It kind of reminds me of Matisse, which I love his work. These were also observational drawings from the Ashmolean. I think I drew this one from life while I was there, but then this one was from a photograph because I, ran out of time. And more of the Egyptian and Greek vase inspo here. I embellished and painted the leaves and things when I got back home. I like how this spread flows, and I like this element of collage as well. And these were some more sketches from the Ashmolean. This was of a painting that's in the Red Room. If any of you have been to the Ashmolean, you'll know the room that I mean. It's this huge room painted red, full of amazing, huge portrait paintings. And me and my friend went there and just sat in there and just sketched for hours. This was using collage, acrylic paint, and coloured pencils. I think there might have been some gouache on there as well. I did this when I was at the museum, but these were done when I got home. I remember being in the museum and chatting to my friend about whether she thought that there was going to be a lockdown in the UK, because Italy and Spain had gone into lockdown at that point, and we were just debating whether we thought it was going to happen in the UK, and we both said no. And look where we are now. This spread I remember doing quite a few weeks later. I hadn't had time to do any sketchbooking, and I just wanted to loosen up and do some collage and mixed media stuff. So yeah, I also really was inspired by an illustrator that I follow called Jessica Smith Illustration. She'd been doing some really gorgeous mixed media house paintings. She said were quite like a different style for her, which really inspired me to experiment with graphite pencil. And yeah, I really liked how this spread turned out. This spread I created during the Black Lives Matter protests that were going on. I know they're still going on, but this was in the heat of it in May. I really wanted to create a piece of an amazing rapper and singer-songwriter that I love. She's called Little Sims. I don't know if you guys have heard of her. Some of you probably have heard of her, but I just think she's great. She's amazing, and just her work is so poetic and beautiful, and just the message that she puts across through her rapping is just amazing, and through her songwriting. I love her so much. Really recommend checking out her music if you haven't heard of her before. But yeah, I just really wanted to create a piece inspired by her, and then I just also wanted to experiment with more collage and some paintings of fruit. These weren't from life, but I wanted to kind of give that vibe. This was my first attempt at the Still Here, Still Life drawing challenge on Instagram, which is hosted by Tess Smith Roberts and another illustrator, which I can't remember her name, but I'll leave a link below. They do still do it. It was really popular during the first lockdown, and this was my first attempt at one of the weeks. This was week 12. I was a little bit late on the bandwagon, but I really enjoyed doing it. I did this with mixed media and collage. Some more collage pieces. This page was inspired by our foster cat Callie. If you follow my YouTube channel already, you probably already know that myself and my husband fostered a Siamese cat called Callie in 2020. She was so adorable. We only had her for 2 months or so, but she was just an angel, and I loved her to bits. I was very sad when she got adopted. So this was like a little Callie appreciation page, and this was just a landscape that I wanted to do in a similar colour palette, and this is actually also a part of the sketchbook postcard set on my Etsy shop as well. But yeah, I was really happy with how this spread looked in terms of the colours and like the mixed media feel. The Callie appreciation page is just, yeah, I put a lot of emotion into that, so say no more. So this spread I actually made into 2 TikTok videos, which I can link below if you guys would like to see. I don't go on TikTok much, but I want to do that more this year if I can. But I really like how this spread turned out and the colours. This was acrylic paints and coloured pencils. This piece is actually created with markers. I think I added colour pencils as well afterwards. This was actually created from life at a park close to where I live in Oxford, and I really wanted to experiment with a tonal piece. I've not done many tonal pieces, and I just wanted to explore that, and I definitely still want to explore that more this year as well, because I feel like I'm not great at it. This was another Still Here, Still Life inspired painting. I didn't write the week or the date down, which wasn't very helpful, but kind of like the colours in this one. Here you will see the pages are struggling with the paint and the collage, like it's really buckled here. If this kind of thing would bother you, then I probably wouldn't recommend this sketchbook for mixed media and painting and things. But on some pages it's been fine, like this page isn't too bad, like you can tell it's buckling but it's not too bad. But yeah, this is not great, so I do like the way that it turned out in terms of the actual drawing and painting. This is available as part of a postcard set that I sell on my Etsy shop. This side, I don't really like this. The reference photo was actually really challenging to work from. The woman that I was painting, yeah, her hands were in a really odd position, and I've also painted her head way too big, so please just excuse this page. not happy with this. And this spread I really love. Again, a bit disappointed by the way that the page is so buckled, but I really love how this spread turned out. I actually created this spread for a live stream that I do with a friend, my friend Paloma. We do a live stream every Friday on Instagram, and each week we alternate who hosts. And that week I was hosting. It was on the 6th of November. So there's a bit of a gap between this spread and this one. I think this was probably created in July and then this is November, so I didn't work in my sketchbook for quite a few months. But yeah, I created this on the live stream. I didn't finish it on the live stream. I started with the cheetahs and then finished everything else afterwards, but I really like how this turned out. Another painting that I did for our weekly live stream, and this spread was also created as part of the weekly live stream. These pieces were created with markers and coloured pencils. I believe they're pro markers. This spread is one of the last spreads in the sketchbook. I really like the colours and how it turned out. And these are actually some concept ideas for some clay vases that I want to make this year. Here I have skipped around a bit, so as I was saying, I created this spread on the 27th and the 29th of November, and then I created this on the last day of work before I broke up for Christmas, and then this was on the 4th of December, so I've kind of skipped around a bit in the sketchbook, missed out a few pages, then gone back and filled them in. But this was also created on Art Draw with this live stream that me and Paloma do on Instagram. That was actually our last live stream of the year. This was actually created yesterday, I think. Oh no, the day before yesterday. And this page I absolutely love, but again, unfortunately, the paper is really buckling. But I really like how these little guys turned out. They're so cute. I just love deer so much. Like, if I could have any animal, I think it would be a deer. I just think they're so gorgeous and innocent looking, and I just love them to bits. Yeah, and I'm really happy with how I executed the painting of these little guys, but very annoying about the pages buckling. Apologies if you can't really see it very well. More still lifes and some fruit inspired pages. I really wanted to get better at painting still lifes last year, and I do this year as well. I actually worked on this page yesterday, so you might have noticed that throughout this sketchbook there's quite a few different still lifes, and also obviously I've taken part in the Still Here Still Life challenge a fair few times, but yeah, I just kind of want to get better at painting still lifes because they're quite challenging, and yeah, it's something that I want to get better at definitely. So pretty happy with how this one turned out. This was acrylic paints with coloured pencils, and this page is just acrylic paints. And then just some pencil and pen studies. I really like how this botanical illustration turned out. I think it looks really delicate. It's quite different to a lot of my other work in terms of it being quite delicate. I feel like a lot of my other work is more chunky. And this was an illustration of a building that I found a reference photo of on Pinterest. And the last page is just a quick illustration of a flower with a face, which I might make into a print because I think he's kind of cute. Yeah, that is my sketchbook. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I can't believe it took me a whole year to complete the sketchbook. I mean, I wasn't working on it consistently throughout the year, but it's just taken me way too long to finish, but I'm really glad I have. I really hope you guys have enjoyed having a little look through my sketchbook and hearing about some of the thought processes behind the way that I create and design things. So yeah, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, feel free to give it a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!